As we mentioned, it is opening day at American Family Field. The Brewers beat the Mets this afternoon, 10-0.
Big rule changes went into effect this year as the new baseball season began this week.
Earlier today, we talked to our resident sports statistic expert, UW-Madison professor Laura Albert. So, Laura, why do you think they changed the rules?
I think they changed the rules for two main reasons. One is the game is a lot longer than it was 50 years ago. The average baseball game went from about 2.5 hours to 3 hours and about 10 minutes last year. And the second is that attendance is down. And so the rule changes are supposed to bring back the spirit of baseball the way it used to be, and hopefully will make the game more exciting, which will drive attendance.
Let's go through some of the new rule changes, and maybe you can tell us a little bit about the thinking behind them. The pitchers will now have 15 seconds to throw a pitch, 20 seconds when a runner is on base.
Yeah, so the pitch clock is new, but the time limit is not new. There used to be a rule that was 12 seconds if there wasn't a runner on the base. So it's really trying to enforce the spirit of the existing rules that are already there. Of course, with a pitch clock, it is going to change the game. It's like the shot clock in basketball that's very visible to the players. And this is really aimed at moving the game along. There are more pitches in a typical baseball game than there were even a decade ago. So about 12 more pitches a game, and this has slowed the game down. They can't force players to start swinging at pitches, so there are going to be more pitches, but they're trying to make the game faster by having fewer time between pitches.
And if there's somebody on base, it's 20 seconds because that's for maybe picking off a runner.
Yeah, there's more to pay attention to.
And the bases are bigger?
The bases are bigger.
By about 3 inches, I
they're
guess.
anticipating some more stolen bases, in part because pitchers are limited to 2 pickoff throws per batter. Stolen base attempts have gone down quite a bit. They're the lowest that they've been since they've been collecting data. So they're trying to make the game more exciting, and we'll see what happens.
Another big change, the infield shift is no longer allowed. That means 2 players must be on each side of the infield. Why are they making that change?
The infield shift has been sort of controversial for a number of years. The motivation for this seems to be more exciting baseball, that without the shift, there'll be more hits, there'll be more runners on base. We already know that there'll be more stolen bases, so this should be a more exciting game that will look a lot like old baseball and will hopefully be more appealing to fans.
And looking at all the numbers and crunching the statistics, do you think this is going to help?
I think it might. I was looking at some data from the preliminary games, and the games are a lot shorter than they were last year, about 26 minutes shorter. So there's a lot more action packed into a smaller length of time, and I'm looking forward to watching more baseball games this year.
I think a lot of people are.
Yeah, I think so too, because some baseball games you don't get home till 11 o'clock at night.
It just goes on forever.
That's the end of that.
All right, well, here's to a great season, and go Brewers.
That's right. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Laura. Great to see you.